So this is Amos, the math guy. I would say that this is something as I think through college admissions, that college admissions is almost like buying a private jet. So I'll give you an example. I'll let this gentleman share about what it takes to buy a jet, and I'm going to tie it to college admissions in terms of the planning phase. So let's hear him
To buy the first private jet, the first thing you have to know is what's your budget. That's the most important thing.
So we need to know what our budget is, and there's certain categories of budget for private jets. I'm sure I don't own one. I don't know. I just like I like to know about jets because we study physics, right? So physics is cool, and jets use physics. But the thing is, with colleges, we have colleges that are 30,000 a year, colleges that are 60,000 a year, colleges that are 80 to 90,000 a year, right? So if you want to go to Harvard, MIT, you have to look at and count the cost of those, like be in the 80 to 90,000 range. And then if you want to go to Rice or the University of Texas at Austin, you might be in the $60,000 range. And if you want to go to like the University of Wisconsin in a smaller town, you're at the $30,000 range. So it's good to know what range, but more importantly, it's good to know if you should go to college, and also what is the what's your major, what do you want to study, and what's the return on investment. That's very important. But let's hear a little bit more about the jet, and I'll tie it up at the end.
Of course, not just your acquisition budget, but what are you prepared to spend every year to fly? The next question, of course, is how far do you have to go? How many people you want to carry? How old is an airplane you really want to be able to buy? Those kind of.
So notice there's all these criteria, right, for buying a jet. I find jets fascinating, and the idea of being able to get from point A to point B efficiently. And so that's why, I find this channel very interesting.
Things filter out all the other airplanes that really don't meet your needs, and it makes the selection process much smaller, much more finite, and much more specific to your parameters.
So we need to know our parameters. We need to know exactly what we're trying to accomplish with college. So what is our cost? What do we want to study? What's the return on investment? What's the long-term goal? How does it help the long-term goal? These are questions people need to ask instead of a default, I'm going to college. I will be discussing this more on my channel, but just wanted to share some of these thoughts. Let me know what you think. Do you think too many people are going to college? And should we have more people taking gap years and figuring out if it's the best thing for them? I hope this was thought-provoking. As I said, I think jets are pretty cool. So this is Amos, the math guy. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. I have a channel focused on math problems, counting to calculus, and then where we're talking about all math topics from basic math to calculus. We teach the history of math as well and the history of physics because they're very interconnected. And then I have a different channel called Living Sensibly with Amos Tarfa, where I talk about life and how to live a life that makes sense, which is found in studying God's word and living for the principles living out the principles it tells us to live by. There's more to that, of course. Ephesians chapter 2 is a good place to start, or 1 John chapter 1. So take care. Thanks for watching. Have a blessed day.